Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today's video is going to be the 6 books that I read in December. I'm reading off I have my notes app and I'm reading it off my laptop because I'm filming on my phone. But I actually read a lot of books on my phone this month, but I do have 3 physical copies. So the first book that I read was Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, which y'all have probably heard of. It's very popular. It had so much hype, and Alice Feeney, the author, is so popular, and so I was really excited to read this. But to be honest, I was kind of disappointed. Maybe it was because it was so overhyped, and then when I read it, it didn't reach the hype. But I feel like it was mostly, I really liked the creepy vibes. As I was reading it, I was definitely creeped out, and I remember I was reading it late at night one night, and I kept seeing things in my peripheral vision, and it really freaked me out. So I liked that creepy feeling I got while reading it. But honestly, there were a few plot twists, and some of them I felt like I kind of guessed, or they were kind of obvious. And then others I just felt like they weren't really related. I don't know. It felt like this book was set up to be really, really scary and creepy, but the ending isn't as creepy as you'd think it was. The plot twists are unexpected, I guess, but they weren't scary, if you know what I'm saying. It's not super, super creepy. So I rated this a 3.5. I liked the creepy vibes. I would definitely give Alice Feeney another chance. I would read another one of her books because I think I really like her writing style, and it really creeped me out. I just think this one wasn't my favorite. After I read this, I read Divergent, which I had heard so much about, and I feel like this is very, everyone read this when they were 11, and I just missed the memo and didn't. But it's basically, it's the best way I can describe it, it's YA. The best way I can describe it is it's kind of like Hunger Games mixed with Fourth Wing, if that makes sense. If you know Fourth Wing, they have the different wings, they have they have the different quadrants. Well, Divergent, they have the different factions. So basically there's all these different factions that you're raised in, and then when you turn 16, you take this aptitude test that you don't have to do whatever the aptitude tells you, but basically a week after you take that aptitude test and you get your result of which faction the aptitude test thinks you should be in, a week later you pick, there's a big ceremony, and you pick what faction you're gonna be in. And it's a huge betrayal if you pick a faction that isn't the one you were grown up in, and your parents will disown you, and it's just a very big deal. This book follows Beatrice, who goes through that process, and I don't really want to spoil it because I feel like even though these things happen in the first 3 chapters, I feel like it's best to just go in with understanding the world, but then not really knowing what happens. I rated this a 4 stars. Honestly, I really liked it. The first half, I was going through it so quickly because it's YA, so it's there's big words, and it's very action packed. And so the first half, I was so interested and so invested. And then I felt the second half, it got a little bit more technical and less action. And I really just liked the character growth aspect to it. So I did like it. I rated it 4 stars. I definitely recommend this book if you like dystopian books. I've come to realize as I've read more dystopian that I really like dystopian, and I really want to read more dystopian novels. But I don't think I'll continue the series because I think it's either a trilogy or there's more than 3 books. I don't know, but there's at least 2 more books after this, after Divergent. So I would definitely recommend reading this, and then if you like it, you should continue. And even though it's it's over 400 pages, it goes by so quickly. It's I found myself reading this really quick. And I actually highlighted a lot, which was unexpected because I usually don't highlight very many things in YA books, but I found a lot of things that I liked because my favorite part was definitely Beatrice's character growth because she really just has a character arc, and I loved watching her grow and gain confidence. She has a similar character development as the main character in Fourth Wing does. So I would definitely recommend this book. Okay, next I read a quick novella on my phone called Resting Scrooge Face. I'll pop it up somewhere. I gave this a 3.5, and I can't remember what this one was about. It was was that the one with the, I'm gonna look it up on Goodreads because honestly I can't really remember. I remember liking it. I rated it 3.5 and I felt like it had really good, it had very good holiday vibes because I definitely read it for like that holiday rom-com vibe. Okay, so it's by Megan Quinn, who's a really popular romance author. So it's between Nola and Caleb, and they dated each other in this small town like years ago. And also, this is a really short book. This was like 60 pages, I think. But so they dated like in high school, and then she moved away and he wouldn't move with her. And so it was kind of like this bad breakup. And she comes back to visit the town, or no, she moves back. She moves back to the town, and she just hates Christmas. She's just in a foul mood, and so does he. They both think Christmas is so stupid and everyone's so cheery, but they're both like really grumpy. So they start anonymously writing letters to each other. They don't know who each other are, but they start anonymously writing letters to each other about how much they hate Christmas, and they form like this really good friendship via letters. And so it's really cute watching those. And then, you know, eventually they discover that they're writing their exes. And what I really appreciated about this book is because it's 60 pages, I feel like if they hadn't already known each other, it would have been very insta-lovey, which I don't like. And so the fact that they already had this relationship formed from when they dated, I found it really like believable and easy to like think that, oh, okay, they would fall in love like now, you know. It felt very believable, and it had very good Christmas vibes. I definitely recommend this. Like, I added it to my Goodreads, like it was like a quick read to add to my goal, you know, and it gave very good holiday vibes. And then I also liked, there were two characters, I believe, that were like older characters that had a romance themselves, but also kind of like played matchmaker with the two of them, with Caleb and Noah, which I really liked and I thought was really sweet. So then next I read Same Time Next Year, which I thought was a holiday romance because the cover looked kind of holiday-esque, but it actually wasn't. But I also read that on my phone, and I think that was like 140 pages. But that was like a quick little romance. I think it was a hockey romance. It's by Tessa Bailey. Yeah, okay, so it's about this girl, Britta, who's a bartender, and then this guy, what was his name? Sumner, and he's a hockey player. And he was gonna lose his visa. He was gonna have to move back to Canada unless he married an American woman. So he ends up marrying Britta, which they're friends, but it's also his teammate's half-sister. Which, like, so I guess it was brother's best friend, but it didn't really feel like brother's best friend because it didn't have that, like, it didn't have aspects of that trope that books with that trope usually have. But I thought it was cute. I got a little bored at the end. I wouldn't say it's a holiday book. It's kind of just like a quick little romance. But I rated this 3 stars, I believe. I wasn't that attached to the characters, but it was cute. I liked it. It was a quick book. Okay, next I read The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny, which I actually really liked. I listened to this on Audible because if you have an Audible account, it's free on Audible. And I really liked this book. It was between... what were the characters? It was an unexpected read because I just read it because I was like, oh, okay, I need more books for my Goodreads goal. You know, this looks Christmassy and it's free. I'll read it. But it's called The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny by Willa Nash. And it's between Natalie and Maddox. And they went to high school together, but he was like 3 years older or something. So like they knew of each other, but they weren't like friends or anything. And so it's years later. He's like this super rich dude and he has a kid. He's a single dad, so it is single dad trope. And then she is a babysitter. She works at like this nanny agency, and she comes and she ends up working as his nanny over the holidays. And his kid is like terrible. She's just like a rotten kid. And so the naughty, the nice, and the nanny is the kid, and then he's the nice, and then she's the nanny. So that's what the title is. But it was so cute. And so she forms this relationship with the kid, which I really liked. I liked the kid. It was like deeper than I expected, because I thought it'd just be, you know, like a romance. But the kid, I can't remember her name, but the daughter, her mom left her when she was younger. So there was like an added element of, like Natalie and the kid had a lot of deep conversations about their moms, because Natalie had, I'm getting into like nitty gritty details, but it was like a much deeper than I thought. but it was really cute. I liked it. It had like the best holiday vibes. I thought they were just super cute, and I loved the kid in it. And I rated this 4 stars. Like, I really liked it. This was a surprisingly really good book, and I just stumbled upon it, but I'm glad I read it. It made me like really happy because I was listening to it, and I would just be like smiling as I heard like these conversations that they had, and it was really sweet. The last book I read this month in December was Icebreaker, which has been super popular on Book Talk, on YouTube, on everything, and I had a lot of expectations going into this. But honestly, I was a little disappointed. I feel like that's the thing with overhyped books, is that it's like, I feel like it's inevitable that I won't like it as much as everyone has hyped it up to be. I rated this 3.25 stars. First, my main issue with it is it felt so long. Like, it was over 400 books, and I feel like it did not need to be over 400 books. Honestly, by page 300, I was like, okay, I'm good. But then it just kept going. And what else did I say? I liked the character development with both characters, but it just felt so long, and I feel like some of like they would have these conversations over and over again, and it felt unnecessarily long. Like, I liked the idea, and I liked the premise. But I think I would have liked it more if it was like honestly like half the size. Like, it could have been 200 books, and I would have liked it a lot more. So that was the last book. I probably won't read Wildfire, which is the second. It's like, I think they're interconnected standalones, but it's like the second in this series, just because it wasn't my favorite. But I'm glad I read it. Now I know what everyone's talking about, because everyone was talking about this book. Those are the 6 books that I read in December. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you had a wonderful 2023, and Happy New Year. Bye, guys.